He's not even on the police team. Are you kidding?
So, I have a very huge suspected feeling that Legendary aspires to appear, as in,
How so?
Who's a
Wait,
spy?
who?
It's kind of cringe.
He's not my spy. Oh, and he's the one who got promoted. He's the one who got. Oh,
And
God.
they promoted him to.
We
Can
need
we
proof
just-
of that. We need
can
proof
we
of that
get
just to
promo-
like. Messages. Which channel? Oh wait, you can only go into general. It's only.
search up Legendary VDP or something like that.
That is not something I need to hear after tonight.
Tarvos, I have
Well,
a good thing to say.
ASD is AOS for the rest of the night, so
That's good.
Yeah, and they
Bonus.
struggled to take out one impure. An impure with the laser shotgun wiped just about all of them out. I can only imagine what 80 Asdad could even do. He's not really good at combat, but he'd probably take out like two before they just straight up swarm him.
probably. He's a rebel and he hates Metro.
ASDA? No, he's not good at all.
He is not good. I remember when he tried to camp me at Stroud Arms. I just pulled out the police rifle and lit him up. And keep in mind, that is a Nerf gun. If you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, it's getting buffed
Oh,
like
fuck.
next week.
Yeah. So, um,
ASD's not impure, but they were impure.
so an extra
They
mag
hate
buff
Metro.
the fucking police gun, so they're even more OP. It's not like they have a rest tool or something. I don't know. And also, the addition of 15 cops being
I don't
only.
know. Like it's like maybe it's like they have an infinite amount of them. Something. Maybe it doesn't need to get buffed. Welcome, welcome, Zez.
Hello. Who joined?
More bullets. More bullets, less damage. That makes sense.
What? That doesn't make sense. That's not even a buff, it's just a balance. It's still the same gun, basically.
It's adding damage with no like anything else. That's not balancing.
I'm different.
Balancing would be like adding stuff, food and stuff.
Pawn, you're still a criminal.
He can get a reason. He could just say he's battling with impure.
Hello, Tarvos. Hello, Tarvos. Hello, Tarvos. Hello, Tarvos. Hello, Tarvos.
What about Meowler?
Pawn. Pawn, hello, Tarvos.
He's on the thing.
When you're alone.
Not to. It's just worked so hard, and it's just a slap in the face to see someone that's been through what? Maybe like 10% of what I've gone through get promoted. They don't put the people who haven't put in little to no effort getting promoted and having the authority to basically command me, which I just find absolutely disgraceful on multiple levels. I could honestly go through all of VPD administration, tear each and every one of them a new one about why I wouldn't want them as a boss, and it makes me mad. Let's go to the lieutenant section and go over it. Officer Jarhead, extremely underqualified. I don't even know why VA made him a lieutenant off the bat. He's literally a random VAC and middle class guy. Megtron, I mean, he ran the old VPD, quote unquote, ran. I mean, I guess, I don't even know why. I don't know why they chose him. I mean, in chat, VC is pretty egotistical and seems to care mostly about power, not the people. Zenith, he's okay. Maid, he's a condescending jackass, but he's okay. Griefire, I can't tell if he genuinely just cares for power or what. I can't tell why he got promoted, but he did. And honestly, he seems kind of power hungry to me, but that's a whole nother thing. Legendary is just straight up incompetent, okay? Like 2 nights ago, he didn't even know how to use his police rifle properly without getting just straight up murdered by some random guy with a pistol. The fact that someone that has the incompetence as him became a sergeant is what makes me want to just leave the VPD altogether, not even try, just give up, call it a day, and pack up. Go join Medtrack and just bully go bully Impure as a Medtrack. Go corporate. Wasted all this time. Scarlet, Britt, I'm going to be honest, Britt, she's a nice person and all, but combatively she's incompetent. As a leader, I guess she's okay, but she kind of just does basic commands that really don't basic commands that any person with a single brain cell could do. So, okay. It's annoying. Me, who's had more Virac police experience than any of the high ranks in this entire group, and I'm still an officer. Which means I'm going to have a lot of situations, or there's going to be a lot of situations where a lieutenant is going to order a whole bunch of officers to do something stupid, then they're going to get killed. Well, here I am, like, okay, that was dumb. There were like 5 different better ways you could have done that, and you chose like the dumbest one out of all of them. It's just not fair. I literally fight. I've been fighting for 5 months. 5 months. 6 months. I've been operating. When the game was in an unplayable state, I was operating. When I was the only officer, when no one wanted to even think about being a cop, I was operating. When there were tons of mafia guys running around, like 3 vans full, and no one wanted to be a cop still, I was operating. But a whole bunch of people who, I'm not gonna lie, most of them I've arrested sometime in my period, in these past couple of months, become HR and have the ability to command me. That makes me mad. All this work I've thrown into trying to keep it's not even me trying to keep order. It's just me trying to serve the people at this point. Serve the people in the video game, which I don't even think these officers care at this point. I just think they're doing it because, oh my goodness, police are getting overpowered equipment and I get authority. Yes, let's be a cop. I'm pretty sure that's why they want to be a cop more than anything. I genuinely care about the people. Do you see them greeting citizens who are like, hey, I'm new to Virac. Can you help me out? No, they don't even do that. When there's a citizen saying, hey guys, I need money, can someone help me out? No, they don't do that. I do that and I'm broke. I'm like one of the most broke officers in this entire department. I go above and beyond so much just for Viet to go promote Legend, which, oh my god, I can't even, his incompetence, I don't scream at my peers. I don't. Sometimes they're learning. It's whatever. But his incompetence is just astounding. Absolutely astounding. I have never seen such, and he outranks me now. He's as incompetent as he is. Why am I still even a cop anymore? At this point, I might as well just stay a civilian and just go do make some humanitarian corporation or something. Because it's just not worth it for me anymore. I think the only reason I'm still here is because I want to see how good the police rifle is actually being buffed. I'm not here anymore. I'm not here because, oh, well, VPD is a new hope and it can help out the game. No, I'm here mostly out of curiosity at this point. I already see where it's going, where officers, instead of using police discretion and letting someone learn from their mistakes, these guys decide, well, let's just light them up, send them to Scala straight away. No questions or thoughts. These officers are, I hate to just completely shit can every officer, or not every officer. There are some good ones, I guess. But every officer that I've seen so far is someone incompetent in some way, shape, or form. And they do the dumbest stuff, which I just find appalling. Which brings me to another point, how I get it, faction members can join now as long as they leave their faction, but I'm just a little uncomfortable that some of the officers here that are here now are like ex-impure or something. That makes me a little uncomfortable. They became police all of a sudden, and it makes me even more uncomfortable hearing that Legend may potentially be a spy, and they put him in a command position. I For someone that ran an intelligence service their entire time in Vactovia, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm just trying to I'm at this point I'm just trying to there's a part of me that's just like, okay, Viet ran the Obsidian Order at a time. He was a high like the director or something. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, right? He knows how to run a police department and choose qualified officers. And it doesn't seem to be that case. I'm genuinely trying my best to keep going, but I can't anymore. I genuinely just can't anymore. I've gone through so much through this stupid game. I I'm not gonna cry, but I don't I don't think I could do this anymore. I'm in the VIP area inside of Broken Jaw. I've been facing the most toxic people in Vyrak all by myself, and then continued when I was getting spawn camped relentlessly without backup. I continued when I was facing 30, not 30, that's an exaggeration, around 13 people by myself. And then a whole bunch of people who are obviously not qualified for the job show up. They get promoted, and it's kind of like, why am I putting in so much effort if it's not even going to be noticed? I could be doing something else. You know, those past 6 months, I I genuinely could be doing anything else in the world, but no, I decided to stay here, try to be the light in the darkness. That's what I used to tell myself originally. Don't give up. You'll be the light in the darkness to help those low-level citizens who can't protect themselves. And Where did that get me? Everyone else has moved up. There's some sort of faction leader of some sorts. They're 10 times richer. Well, here I am, net worth of 1 million, level 116. Not even in a police command position. And it's... Why am I still trying? Why am I still even here in this game, in this community? I mean, thanks to Ivy's little stunt, I would say my reputation is ruined, but not really, because I'm kind of the only cop that actually genuinely gives a shit. But why am I still here? Why am I still even trying to play around with Vactovia anymore? You know, dealing with toxic clanners and all, and I'm not interested in clanning. I don't... I'm just gonna take 2 weeks off. See how that goes. But if I don't feel better, I might just quit. Maybe go join MetTrack. Because I'm gonna be honest, I think I really enjoyed working in MetTrack than I've done anywhere else in Virac. INEX is pretty cool, I guess, but that's long gone now. And thanks to the new VPD and most of the laws being unwritten, I don't think INEX would have a place here. I can't take it anymore. Last time I overextended myself and had a whole bunch of anger issues. Now I'm kind of just burnt out. I mean, my aim is failing by a large margin because it just is. Maybe it's because I'm losing the will to fight. That's probably it. It's just pointless at this point. I mean, I could stay in the VPD. Oh yeah, for the authority and for the cool rifle, but that's just dishonorable. I can't take it anymore. I really can't. Like I feel extremely underappreciated in the shit I do. The only people that seem to notice are maybe like select people in Impure, a lot of MetTrack people, and maybe a few officers, but it doesn't really matter because the chief doesn't notice and I'm not promoted yet, so what good is that? Fuck this shit. I'm just... Honestly, I can already kind of predict what Vite would say about it. He'd probably just say, oh, okay, well, that's a defective officer. Guess I'll just replace him. That clearly seems to be the statement or the way that he'd be thinking in this case scenario. And besides, besides, you'd probably think me looking down on all the other officers like that's me being arrogant. But in reality, I'm fully aware that these officers are new. They haven't done Virac policing. Most of them haven't done an inch of direct policing. You know, when some of those officers, when some of them were inducted, they were a level 1 cadet, which means they haven't done any policing whatsoever. The maybe I'm being too hard on the officers to a degree, because they are following the VPD rules. They're just following it word by word, and they're showing like little to no choice or no thought into their actions. You're just, okay, well, person did A, the manual says we'll respond with B, and then they'll be sent to C. That's just kind of how they've been acting so far. And I'll give them props. It's indiscriminate. Is it effective? I mean, their weaponry, not really, so it's not all that effective. But I mean, they get better gear. It could be, but I kind of wish the officers would think for themselves, because right now they're just robots. Every last one of them is just robots at this point. But thinking about how Vactovia has always operated, I'm guessing that was the result they wanted to achieve. They want robots, but not so robotic to the point where they're incompetent in combat. I don't know why I'm still here, though. I really don't. I mean, it's not like there are any citizens really left. Don't get me wrong, there are always new players left and right, but since they're kind of like force field protected, it's kind of just like, what's the point? And the people that are still hanging around, I mean, come on now. They're like level 50 and or above. Actually, once they reach level 40 and above, they can defend themselves. They got access to the assault rifle. It's kind of pointless for me to be trying to protect lower level people at this point. Not to mention they'll go join up with a gang and then expect protection from them, when in reality they're being used like a pawn. I just hope, I genuinely hope I get noticed, or for the very least that VPD improves somewhat, because I will admit right now it's not all that great. Right now I haven't seen any strategy or tactics really, if you've seen them in operation. Don't get me wrong, they can clear a server, but it's not really tactics based. It's basically what Impure does. They just flood the server full of personnel. They go light up anyone with a criminal tag, and then boom, the server's clear. Did that take much thought? Was it smart and decisive? No, not really. You just threw a whole bunch of people into a server. That is basically how the VPD is operating at this time. And actually, there was supposed to be a doctrine for officers to investigate stuff and investigate both sides, which people don't seem to really be bothering with. And I don't think Viet knows this. I mean, I don't say anything because, come on, there's a lieutenant right there. Lieutenant literally, what, 2 studs away from me and a sergeant. I'm sure these 2 wonderfully qualified command personnel will point out that their officers aren't following the doctrine that we're taught, which is to investigate crimes. Oh, wait, they're not. Oh, shoot. The command people are actually ordering the officers to raise hell onto this guy in a supercar because he has a criminal tag without any questioning. Alright, cool. I'm just not going to say much about it. I mean, I'm sure Viet knows what he's doing. After all, he ran the Obsidian Order, so surely he's got things under control. Thought the whole premise of Actovia was, hey, if you're qualified, you get the job. That's great. How am I underqualified? That's a question I should be asking. Maybe I've always been asking, why aren't I getting promoted? Let's look at this from an HR perspective for a second. Why am I underqualified? Okay. Well, talked to Viet last time. He said it was because I was arrogant. That's great. Huh? And he also said I was impulsive. Okay, well, that's true. I do rush into battle a little too much for my own good. That's taken into notice. I'll use cover more. But, how am I being arrogant? I don't get it. I mean, I tell my comrades, hey guys, don't do this. That's a bad idea. Hey guys, don't do that. That's a very poor idea. Hey guys, move back, because that guy has a laser shotgun. And you're dead now, because you didn't listen. Outstanding. Oh, what's that? You used aim down sights with a police rifle? I hope you know that makes you slower, and you're dead now, because you basically made yourself an open target. I could literally train every single officer if VIA would rank me and let me do so. So, I can't figure out why I'm underqualified. I'm done. I'm sick of this shit. Alright, guess I'll just go find a new group, let the VPD be the VPD, and see how this game does in maybe about 2 weeks or so. Maybe by then... Yeah, no, things are going to repair itself in 2 weeks. Okay, well, I quit. I'm about to quit. I've just thought about how this may go. I may stay here for 2 weeks, and again, if things don't work out, I'm going into Medtrack. It's just not even worth it. It's not worth it to me anymore, because once upon a time, VPD was actually genuine. Let me put it like this. Although, yeah, it was a little chaotic, communication was difficult, the officers seemed to somewhat genuinely care to a degree. Somewhat. Now it's kind of just people following a program. No thought, not a single bit of, I don't know, effort. I don't even know what to really say with the VPD now. It's just seems all automated. But again, like I said, Vactovia wants robots. I'm going to sleep after this because those 2 promotions, the legendary one really hit me. That one was like a slap on the face, and then you just like decided to just spit on me right afterwards. Shoot. I would have thought Zaz would have gotten promoted out of that. All that hard work. For what? Just a waste. Shoot, if I leave VPD, you could go ahead and show Viet whatever I said. It's just I meant it. He'd probably not. He'd probably just go, well, Tarvos is gone now, and he's effectively been replaced by let's see, who's in this game? I'll use this example. Oh, well, Tarvos left. He's been replaced by Darko Reaper now. Yep, there we go. He can't use it. He keeps dying even though his police rifle was buffed, but hey, he's a replacement for Tarvos now. No, they understand how the combat works, but they don't know how to actually police. they're thinking less of like police officers and more so as, hate to say it, I guess more so as soldiers. Yep. Shoot first, ask questions. Never. Or if a senator asks, then you ask questions. So the thing behind the disarm thing is apparently, yes, you're allowed to have weapons on your person, but you're not allowed to open carry or fire them in public. So to enforce this, officers tell people to disarm, or in other words, put away their weapons or put their weapons at order so no one can, pull it out and start shooting. I typically really don't enforce it because I thought that was kind of dumb, but I do enforce it if I know you're a felon and I know that you have a history of just being violent in general. My God, this brings me to another point. It just makes me mad. There's a time where Impure and Metrak, they were shooting each other up at Stroud Arms. It was a freaking war zone. And I disarmed that situation perfectly. Not a shot fired. Everyone was evacuated. No one was arrested. People got their stuff and they were happy. And it was perfect. Not a single, I don't even think a single lieutenant or sergeant could even pull anything off like that. Whole knife. I don't see a guy named Whole Knife in here. Oh, Whole Life. Oh, I thought you said Whole Knife. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Nope. I never cared about going to the palace because I much preferred patrolling Novarsk to making sure citizens weren't getting randomly killed by troll. Sire, well, I am grateful for you approving the motion of a Vactovian Police Department being formed. I'm quite not pleased with those who were selected for its administrative positions. While I'm fully aware while it is but isn't in your power to adjust this, I just want I just want to be considered to be at least a sergeant for as hard as I've been working for the Vactovian Police Department when it wasn't even existing yet. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I'm not going to just straight up go to his face, yo, Vactus, so you remember that police department you approved? It's complete shit. Guess who's running it? You're head of the Secret Service. And guess what he's doing? He's doing a completely crap job, okay? The officers are incompetent and poorly trained, which the orientation just makes me want to cry. It's not like I'm going to go up to Vactus and say that. Well, let's see. There was this one guy. It was what was his name? It was Spiky. He was fired because I think he was fired due to toxicity or something. And it was like SKQB. He was fighting with him, and he kept getting killed by him, and he was just being toxic in chat, which is against our policy. And he got removed. Who? Oh, Milo. Yeah, he's in games sometimes. It's like when I'm in school or something. I think he got that weird UK time. But then again, you can't really be too hard on Milo for him. It's the activity in VPD, mostly because he's a Vactovian corporal. I think I can't remember if he's a legionary corporal, but whatever it is, he's an actual Vactovian. He has to prioritize Vactovian events over Virax stuff, so you'll barely see him in game. Honestly, I feel like Doe, he would have been wonderful if he'd be wonderful to be promoted if he wasn't AFK. I mean not AFK, inactive. Legendary looked like a whole alt account. Oh my god. They put in I'm not even going to continue looking, or I'm gonna be make myself so upset I just end up going to sleep. I don't need to look at the just not gonna background check them anymore. Here I am, who was once a I was once a TNI military police high rank. While Legendary here is from Vanguard, which is known as the dumbest division in all of TNI due to how much their members commit random killing. He's just a knight in. My group list is sort of no, not really. I organize the mess out of my group list as much as possible. I forgot I was on the QA team. Don't. No. I like how all of my groups are just three things: Virax stuff, quantum security, and like a hobby. Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in their little squadrons. You know what? I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm gonna stay in VPD just to watch Legendary because it won't surprise me if suddenly one day, oh my goodness, VPD guidelines got leaked randomly. I wonder by who? Oh, it was by a sergeant. Well, what sergeant? He's not here anymore. Huh, where's Legendary? Nope, I'm not. Because if I do, I'm gonna be too mad. I can't tell if I'm just if I was that blindly dedicated or what. That's crazy. Huh? People that were allegedly doxing people can't even check. I'm gonna have a stroke. Nope. I'm just looking at the avatar menu. That's all. I think I invited them there. From what I remember, no. But they can always improve, I guess. Improvement's possible. Not that I know of. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these people are just randos. Which is fine, I guess, sorta. Okay. You say that's oh. Oh, he's in that. He's in that one realm group I worked for like a hot minute. Might just be Helgen. Might be. What? Well, well, he seems to also have a thing for femboys. So I already know what type of person he is from that. Uh, that's that's mildly concerning. Yes, but just release him, like, release it if I actually leave the VPD. Because honestly, I feel like how this place is now, that'd be one of them speeches to get me, like, fired. Like, I wasn't born yesterday. I can read the room. I know when a workplace is going to be toxic as all hell, or if it's opening and welcoming. I hope they're not copying uniforms. That- Oh, I don't know. I guess they just do that for immersion, because like the American military, they don't say mark, they say model.